In fourth generation form, Audi's A8 is smarter, more efficient and groundbreaking in its use of autonomous driving technology. Better established badges in this sector may be tempting, but they can't offer many of the almost unique things this car brings to the full-sized luxury saloon segment. Mild hybrid engine electrification, all-wheel steering, and for most models, an active suspension system are just a few examples. In short, there ought to be enough here to please the most demanding boardroom buyer.
At first glance, this fourth generation A8 certainly seems to have plenty in its armoury. It rides on the same super sophisticated MLB Evo platform used by the most recent Porsche and Bentley models. It's the first model in its segment to offer a combination of four-wheel drive and four-wheel steering. And it's also the only car in its class that in some mainstream guises can offer an air suspension system able to be embellished with predictive active technology, which reads and reacts to the road ahead. The engines are sophisticated too. The mainstream 3-litre V6 turbo units, both fitted with MHEV mild hybrid technology. There's a 340 PS 55 TFSI petrol derivative that also donates its engine to an additional 449 PS plug-in hybrid variant. But most buyers will want to stick with the 286 PS 50 TDI diesel derivative that we've been trying here. That's primarily because of economy that sees up to 50.4 mpg being possible on the combined cycle and up to 145 grams per kilometre of CO2. If you're a little less worried about efficiency, there's also a 435 PS V8 TDI diesel, a 453 PS V8 petrol variant and a petrol-powered 6-litre W12 flagship model. All the engines are mated to tiptronic auto transmission and quattro four-wheel drive, along with a much stiffer structure that helps the car to feel far more planted through the bends should the need arise for you to push things along a bit. This fourth generation A8 model's real calling card, though, is its emphasis on autonomous driving technology. Whether a model primarily aimed at chauffeurs and private hire drivers should be prioritising that is perhaps debatable, but this A8 does so anyway, pioneering the so-called Level 3 technology that allows the driver to fully relinquish control on certain roads at certain speeds. The so-called traffic jam pilot system that you can specify in this car only allows that facility on properly divided highways at speeds of under 37 miles an hour, but in operation it is undeniably very impressive, as are the associated parking pilot and garage pilot systems, and they both allow you to remotely park the car when you reach your destination. 20 years ago, this is a piece of styling we'd have been gasping over, a progressive and sophisticated vision of how the moneyed elite would travel in the 21st century's third decade. Today, we're a little more used to futuristic styling statements of this sort, but the fourth generation A8 still looks technically advanced and comfortably ahead of its time. Handsome and imposing, if not classically elegant. Stylist Mark Lichter says it ushers in a whole new era of design for the brand. Size matters in this segment, so the A8 has become larger still, as you can appreciate from this profile perspective. Even the standard version is 5.17 metres in length, 37 millimetres longer than before, while its long wheelbase stablemate has put on 130 millimetres to better justify its entry-level limousine status. Behind the wheel, the Vorsprung durch Technik charisma of this car really gets into gear, as there's a different, more technological ambience than you get with obvious rivals, but the interior still incorporates the required splash of elegance needed for a car of this status. You're going to need to like screens because this completely redesigned cabin features no fewer than 3 of them, largely replacing all the many buttons and dials of the previous model. The 2 you'll notice first power up as soon as the door is opened, and they dominate the upper and lower parts of the piano black trimmed centre stack. The gently curved upper 10.1-inch display deals with the most important radio, media and telephone functions, while the lower 8.6-inch monitor is reserved for more comfort-orientated, mainly climate-related features. Both monitors interact with the configurable 12.3-inch Audi virtual cockpit instrument binnacle screen that you view through the 4-spoke wheel. As you'd expect, there's the usual Audi smartphone interface, which is compatible with the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto systems. And of course, you get a full suite of Audi Connect media connectivity features that, amongst other things, deliver online media streaming, Google points of interest search function, a comprehensive Audi online traffic information system, plus news and weather feeds via a Wi-Fi hotspot supporting the new superfast LTE advanced mobile data network. Time to take a seat in the rear. Now, what you'll find inside depends on which of the rear seat packages you've chosen to specify. Standard models get this conventional 3-person rear bench, but if you've gone for the long wheelbase body style, it's really quite likely that you'll want one of the optional rear seat packs, which give you 2 individual seats, which are separated by a leather-covered centre console. Even with this standard body style and this conventional rear bench layout, it can all be made to feel pretty plush. That's if you add in long wheelbase model features like sun blinds, powered heated seat adjustment, 4-zone automatic air conditioning, and these luxurious comfort headrests trimmed in soft velvety cocoon leather. Time to check out the boot, which rises electrically and can do so with a wave of your foot beneath the bumper. Should your chauffeur have taken the day off and you found yourself approaching the car laden down with bags. And now we'd expected trunk space to have increased with the extra body length this time around, but actually it shrunk from 520 to 505 litres. Now, if you need more room for bigger items, then you've got an A8 with a rear bench rather than the 2 individual rear chairs. There's useful fold-down backrest that you'd have to do without in the rival Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series. We're in no doubt that this is the kind of car Audi should be making. The brand built its reputation on technology and then fell back on stylistic design and cool marketing to sell its products. This 4th generation A8 signals a welcome change of direction, a reversion back to the company's core principles, offering things you simply can't get elsewhere. If it feels more advanced from behind the wheel, then that's because it is. Hugely capable, innovative and beautifully built. This is a car that rivals always feared Audi would build. And if you're in the market, it's one you need to try.